Hi, it's Tanisha. I'm finally getting to this vlog about the VIP kit, not the whole process, but just like the mock classes, the mock tips. I've been trying to get all my notes together. I have so many notes, so many papers of notes and everything. So, um, what I decided to do was just kind of go through both Mach 1 and Mach 2. I'm not going to show it, but I have it pulled up, so I'm going to go through it and just kind of give like little quick advice on what to do on each slide. Um, you could watch other teachers because they have their own tricks and tips and everything. I'm just going to talk about like what I did, and throughout the video, I might be grabbing stuff here and there because I have notes. I have like little flashcards and stuff, so you have an idea of like what to say, how to say it. Last night I went through all of my videos. If this is your first time watching me, I've been doing videos the past year. This isn't my forte. I'm not a video person at all, but the first three videos I did was for my first time applying, and then I have parts 5 through 20, which is the next 2 times I applied, because I applied 3 times for this job, and 5 on talk. Just my whole process, everything, um, just everything I went through with the whole process, because last year VIP Kit had a lot of changes and everything. So I'm just putting everything into one video, so you don't have to watch 24 videos, or 25, however many I had. So yeah, last night I was doing that for like on and off 3 hours, going through all my videos. So let me get my water ready, because this is probably gonna be long. So the very bare basics. Let me just start off first with I showed this in one of my videos from my third. Was it the third? No, sorry. This was the second time I applied. The basics that are needed for each mock interview are to model, TPR, speak slowly, props, repetition, student output, error correction, target phrases, and language. When you get your mock interview and they give you the slide, it's very important that you look through what is it called? Oh, the objectives. That's very important because they tell you what the student knew from a previous lesson. So there's going to be certain sentences that they may not know, and it's very important that you know and write that down. So you know, okay, they understand hi, how are you? Or what do you see? Or what sound is this? They understand that because they learned that in a previous lesson. Because the problem that I had in a couple of things is I would say certain sentences, and the student didn't know that because it wasn't on the objectives. So that's number one. Um, yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna be going through notes. Number one, the biggest thing is energy. You have to keep your energy up. When you're teaching someone a language, you can't be like, "Hi, how are you? Okay, so we're going to learn about the letter X." No, you want to keep the kids' attention. I've been watching a lot of, current VIP kid teachers. Well, I am one now, but I haven't taught anything yet. So, what they say is, if you're dealing with young kids especially, they want you to be high energy. So, like, "Hi, I'm teacher Tanisha. What's your name?" Or whatever. Have a goofy hat on, whatever. Just have the energy up, even when you're like showing them how to do something. Um, just throughout the whole time, have that, keep the energy up. And it is hard during an interview. And I mentioned before that I was told a couple times, and everyone's told this, your energy kind of goes down as you go because you're so focused on the content. You're like, okay, let me make sure I'm showing this content. Let me make sure I'm showing them how to match letters, or how to learn a new word. You're so focused on that sometimes your energy goes down. So that's the super hard part about this process, is that you're literally looking out for like 10 things. Like all these things I just showed, you have to look out for all of this all throughout the whole time. So it's so hard. But practice makes perfect, and you do it. And no one's perfect. Even VIP kid teachers, they have like not good days. So anyway, like again, number one, I'm just talking about the bare basics, which is energy, repeating, and basic TPR. So repeating any word that you get, any new vocabulary, like I said, for example, the letter X, they're learning X, fox, and ox. So when you're saying, well, let's do fox. They have the picture of the fox. 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 When you say it, they want you to repeat it 3 times, at least 3 times, and also change the tone. So you can't just say fox, fox, fox. No, say fox, fox, fox. Yeah, just, and they were telling, they were saying like do the ears, or if you have a picture, print out a picture, fox, put up a picture. Just 3 different ways of saying it. Or fox, fox, fox. Let me see. Oh, basic TPR. I was watching my very, very first video, and a lot of my advice is pretty vague. It was just pretty much the bare basics, but like for example, you're like, oh hi, how are you? Or how old are you? What I learned was when you do the intro, they may not know how old are you. They might not know that. They might think you're saying how are you. They'll say I'm fine. No, they said for old, do this. How old are you? And if they still don't get it, just say it's okay, and then kind of move on because they don't know it, and you don't want to waste time on that. So basic TPR is like what I was doing when I was saying fox. Fox, that means that you want them to repeat that. Fox, and then this, you're waiting on the answer. So if you do this and they still don't know, you're waiting on the answer. Repeating, again, like this, that's what they know. What else? Oh, the old. Circle, draw a line. Circle, circle, tomato. Circle. And if they don't get it, then you need to get, you have to model it for them. So let me get my board out. Well, you could utilize the screen with modeling. Circle, you might have to actually do it for them. So if you want them to circle a tomato and they're not doing it, then you model it, you show it them. Circle tomato. If they still don't get it and you're showing on the screen, then you get your board. Circle. Well, that was a bad circle, but you know what I mean, circle. You have to actually show them it. So you could utilize your board, or you can utilize the screen. They told me that multiple times. Make sure, cause some people are so obsessed with their boards that they forget about, hey, you can draw it on the screen. So as soon as you model it from there, oh, okay, I know what she wants. Model it. Oh, draw a line. So if they're matching letters or animals, say, draw a line. Draw. And again, if they don't get it, then you do it for them first, and then they know, okay, draw a line. If they still don't get it, you could write it on, draw it on their board. So you can utilize both that or the PowerPoint, because you can draw on it, obviously. Let me see. I already did the hi. My name is, what's your name? How old are you? Oh, and then you're going to explain your reward. So, for the younger kids, if you do a good job, you get a tooth. And just keep it at that. Or you get an ice cream, or you get whatever the reward is. So, oh, and this thing I messed up on my last interview. So once you introduce yourself, try to get some communication, like how are you, or how old are you? Explain your reward. You say, are you ready? Don't say, are you ready to get started? I accidentally said that. And they said, yeah, don't say to get started, because they don't know that. Again, going back to the objectives, if you read the paper, it's going to say what target sentences they know. They know, are you ready? Not to get started. And the other key thing is to speak slowly. And sometimes you do forget that because you're trying to get through the mock interview. But when you're learning a new language, you can't be like speaking super fast. You just can't. I remember I was in Spanish class in high school, and the teacher spoke very slowly. I didn't see that as, oh, they're talking to me like I'm stupid. They want to make sure that you know exactly what they're saying. If they were speaking Spanish super fast, I'd be like, wait, what? But yeah, it's important to speak slowly because I know some teachers, they've commented, oh, I hate how slow you speak to students. You're talking to them like they're slow. It's like, no, you're trying to explain to a 4 to 12-year-old new language. So it's not like talk to them like they're slow. It's so they understand what you're saying, the directions. So, yeah, that's the first part. Let me see. Okay, so now I'm going to start going through the slides for X. Okay, so you're going to say, oh, today we're learning about the letter X. And then you go to the next slide, which is a warm-up. This first warm-up slide, they have different pictures. I won't say of what. And then the objective is they have to, you name a word and they're supposed to circle it. You're supposed to ask them, what do they see? So you have to be, for example, be like, I see a tomato. Circle tomato. Circle tomato. And they may know it. The second time I did it, the mock person didn't know. They're like, so I'm like, circle tomato, and they didn't, so I circled tomato. So, like I said, I started, I see a tomato. Circle tomato. So she didn't, so I circled it for her, and I said, what do you see? Tomato. This goes into error correction. They want them to speak complete sentences. So you have them say, I see a tomato. And this is important also. What the teacher said is, when you do this, they know one word at a time and you're going very slowly. You're going to say, I see a tomato. They're going to be like, what? They know tomato, but you have to say, I see a tomato. That's big that you're showing them that. And the mock person might throw you off and say, I see an tomato. An is not the right word. They'll try to throw that in your face. And then you have to catch that. No, I see a tomato. And then they'll say it. Some mock people, they'll just fly through it. I see a tomato. I see whatever the picture is. So you do that with each picture, like, oh, I see a robot. Kind of do like stuff like this or whatever. Or a tomato. Yeah, just kind of play around with it. And then the student is supposed to model and circle where the robot is, where the tomato is. And again, if the student still doesn't get it, then you model again. I see a robot. Circle robot. You just have to model that. So, let me see what's next. They have like review of sounds. So phonics is a big deal. Make sure that you're reviewing letters, like reviewing sounds. Like be like, oh, what letter makes the sound? Circle. And then they're going to circle the S and then have them match. Small s, big S. Small s, big S. Match. And again, they may not know, so then that's when you draw the line. Go on the screen, draw the line. Next letter. What letter starts with and see if they circle it. And then they might just automatically go and match up the letters. So The next one, they have a few pictures, and then they have the letters. I won't say what, but they want you to match the students to match the picture with the letter. So let's say elevator. That might be one of the words. So you're going to say elevator, and then they repeat it. Elevator. And then you circle each sound. K, 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 or k, k. Which letter? And then they match it or they circle it. And then afterwards, that's not where it ends. After they match it, you say elevator starts with and then they repeat it. And again, the mentor might throw you off. They might go, elevator starts No, elevator starts with and then you go through. So whatever picture, you have them repeat the name of the picture, and then go through the sounds again. Key, k, 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 circle, circle. So that's what we do for the next one. And then again, make sure you repeat whichever letter. Key starts with k. Yeah. And then you're introducing X, fox, ox, and like I said before, repetitive is good. So X, 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 and then make sure that you show big X, big X, small X, small X. Make sure you're differentiating the big and the small so they know. And then, like I said, with the different terms, you repeat it multiple times, different sounds. And like I said, fox, like do that, or if you have a picture, put it up so they know. This video is getting super long. Let me see, activity time, point and read. You're going to have to point sounds out to them. So let me see. Let me do an example. Ah. Ah. P. P. App. 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 So just match the sounds. That's it. Let me see. They have a memory game, which is very, I saw it and I was like, how do you explain that to 5-year-old Chinese kids? I work with 5-year-olds, they wouldn't get the memory game. So basically, where's my paper? They have to match certain things. They have to match the pictures. So what you do is, what a couple of teachers said is, whatever the pictures are, be like, X, fox, ox. So turn it over. X, fox, ox. X, fox, ox. Just keep having them repeat it. And then when you go to the next page, which is the blank cards, you turn it around, and wherever it's blank, like let's do that, circle it. Circle on the screen. What do you see? And then you have to go to remember X, fox, ox. Fox. And then we go back to the screen. Fox. Good job. Good job. High five. And if they get it wrong, just go back. No. Fox. Good try. Like, at least give them that encouragement. Okay, what do you see? Oh, see, sorry. X. Let's go back. X. Good job. Don't be afraid to correct them if they're wrong. Say, no. If they say ox and it was supposed to be fox. No, fox. Good try. Good try. So, let me see. The last one has to do with um, the end word. I keep saying I'm not going to say what's on it, but I kind of am. But whatever. I'm not giving like full details. The word X, and they have to match certain letters. So I won't say the letters, but they have to match letters to X. So say X, 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 and then whatever letters they have on there, you put it together. So if you put, let's say M, and you put M there, see if they know the word. What word is this? They may not know. So you say, X, X, mix. Yeah, so then you know, okay, when we put a letter together, so if they get another letter, put it and see if they know. What word? And you don't always have to do the cards. You can just write the letter, like just get the letter and then write it on the screen so they know. Okay, oh wait, this is the letter. Okay, let me write it on the screen so they can say the letter. Say the word. And then that's the end of the X lesson because that's only like 10 minutes. When you go into the My Country, My Culture, it's completely different. I'm not really going to go through all of that. It's more like you're having the students read the sentences, and then obviously they're learning new vocabulary. You do the same thing. You're repeating the vocabulary, and have them repeat it back. The main thing is that they read the sentences, correct when needed. They might say the word people, they might go popol or something. So then you say people, people. And then the main thing is that they want them to speak more. So there's going to be certain landmarks, certain, characters. They want you to ask questions. So that's what you're doing throughout the whole time is asking questions. Like they're showing like the Great Wall of China. Have you been to the Great Wall of China? Oh, who did you go with? They want you to see how many questions you can ask. So that's a little bit different. You don't have to be super cutesy with it. Like I'm not going to be bringing out like props or whatever, but they just want you to talk more. So that's basically the main thing. Just have them read correct when needed, and they keep asking sentences. So like if they're showing a flag, oh, this is the Chinese flag. It represents China. You're going to explain what represents means. And then you're going to quiz them. What flag does this represent? Or what country does this flag represent? And they should say, this represents China, or just say China or whatever. They should know sentences by then. So let me go quickly. I'm going way over on the letter P. Again, the same thing, intro reward system with the songs, because they have the hello song. They want you to learn it word by word. So you'll be like, hello, how are you? Sorry for my bad singing. And then you're like this. Is it like you're saying, hello, how are you? So they know, okay, I'm going to repeat. Then you do this. Some students may know it, some students may not. So that's when you break it down. Just say, hello, how are you? And then, then just break down your sentence. So again, either say the whole sentence. If you know that they can't say the whole sentence, then break it down. The next one has to do with the sounds. So they'll have like A is for apple, ah, ah, ah. So like I said, try the whole sentence at first and see if they got it. If not, then break it down. Even if you have to break it down word by word. A is for apple, ah, ah, ah. You have to break it down. So just, like I said, start with the whole sentence first and then break it down when needed. Okay, the review. They're going to be matching the big letters to the small letters. So you have to model that. So let me get my board out. A. Big A. Hmm. Small a. Small a. Draw line. Draw a line. So when they do M, what letter is this? If they say, just say M, big M. And say, where's small m? If you have the cards, do the cards small m. Where's small m? And they should be like, oh, okay, draw a line. If not, then you have to model it again. Where's small m? And they don't know. Is this small m? Yes or no? And then they should be able to do it by then, and then they can match the last one. You have to model everything. Like I mentioned before in one of my videos, I was told for the review not to model, so I didn't. And then I was asked, well, how come you didn't model? I said, I was told not to model for review because they should know. They said, no, you still got to model for the review. Obviously, you're going to test them first and ask them, you know, what letter is this? I did model for A because, I mean, I would do that. And then for M, I did ask them what letter is this to see if they know, which they should. So let me see. Okay, I'm done with this one. Oh, and then you model the sounds. So after you do the A and you match it, what sound does A make? If they don't know, ah, ah, and then test them again once you match the M. What sound does M make? And point at M. Yeah, so they may not remember, or they're just going to fly through it. They remember it. Let me see. Okay, they're going to go over the next slide. They're going to go over certain animals and stuff. And they have different letters. I won't say, but they have different letters. So you just say, oh, does this, we'll circle the object. What do you see? And then they'll say what it is. And then you hold up, let's say, ah, ah. What sound does whatever start with? And then I'll say circle. And then they're supposed to circle next to it. What do you see? And I'll go, whatever, like the sound is. Hold up the cards. What sound does start with? And then they're supposed to circle. And then they get the idea. Let me see. How are you? I've explained this before. You're supposed to say, go through each emotion. So you read the sentence, how are you? And then you circle each picture. I'm sad. I'm sad. And then they might try to do the face with you. I'm fine. Circle so they know which picture you're doing. I'm fine. I'm happy. Yeah, and then you ask them, how are you? And then they know what to answer. And then again, you're learning the letter P. You go through the pictures. Again, the same thing. Let me see. Again, repeating it 3 times. Use different vocal sounds. Not just say panda, 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 whatever sound you want to use. Let me see. Oh, on this one, they want you to say, what sound does panda start with? And then they'll just say p. You have to say panda starts with p. because before on X, I think you just asked, what do you see? But with P, they want you to say, what sound does panda start with? And again, full sentence, panda starts with P. So you go through the different vocabulary. You have, again, the point and read, like the app. They have one called odd one out, which is really, I had a little bit of trouble with that one. They have 3 different pictures. 2 of them start with P. So you go through, what sound does whatever start with? And again, it's supposed to say, pig starts with P. And then they have one animal that doesn't start with it. Like, does this start with P? Yes or no? No. So then you exit out so they know, okay, odd one out. The next one, I believe, is sit and stand. Oh, no. Sorry, they added this one. P words. So they have one word, and then you're supposed to find other items with P. So you find stuff throughout the house that has P, and then you introduce it to them. And again, the same thing 3 times, repeating it. And then say, oh, pineapple starts with P, and then have them repeat it. The next one is sit and stand. And that one I was like, wait, what? How do you even show this? But anyway, they have 4 different pictures. And then you basically ask the student, let's say there's a monkey. Monkey, you circle monkey. Monkey? Yes or no? Yes, good job. And then you stay seated. Let's say you have another picture, and it's, let me think, it's a panda, like one of the words. But you no, never mind. Oh yeah, it is a panda. But then you say monkey? Monkey? Yes or no? No monkey. So then you're like, stand up, and then you have to get up and you have to model it. And then you say panda? Yes, good job. Sit down. So you ask them, whatever the next term is. Oh, pig or something, or muffin. You tell them yes or no. Is it this? If it's not, then you stand up. If not, sit down. Like, sit down. So that was confusing because I was like, how do you even show that? Let me see. And then you have one where you fill in the blanks. So they have 3 different letters. So they have a big letter, and then you're supposed to write the small letter, or they have a small letter, and the student's supposed to write the big letter. So if there's a big P, say, you might want to test them. What letter is this? And they may not know. So that's when you say P, and then say big P, and then you circle the blank, and then you model small P, and then small P, and then the kids know, okay, we're matching letters. So you go to the next letter. If it's a big letter, ask them what it is, and then circle. What? Big B. So they know they're supposed to put in the small b. If they don't, then you have to model it again. Let me go through. Or you could say, what do you see? Not just like what do you see? So they know, okay, I'm supposed to put like the small b or whatever the letter is. This other one was a little bit difficult for me too. They have the letter P, and then they have a bunch of different terms. Some of it is P objects, and some of it is M, because the previous letter they learned was M. It's in the objectives. Again, make sure you read the objectives so they know what pictures that they know, what phrases that they know. So what I did was, which it took a lot of time, the teacher told me don't do that, it takes too much time. I would circle a picture and say, what do you see? And then, does whatever start with P? That takes too long because there's like 10 different pictures. What I saw someone say to do is circle 2 pictures, one that starts with a P and one doesn't. Which one starts with P? and then they might circle, and then show them to draw a line to the P. That's a quicker way to do it. Or just not do all of the pictures. Just do some with the P, some with not, because there are 10 pictures. It's going to take a long time. So the final one is just a picture of different P items. So it could be a panda or whatever. And you ask them, what do you see? And then they might start pointing, oh, whatever, whatever. Or they might describe what they see in the picture. So you want them to get talking. And then they have the goodbye song, which I'm not sure if you have them repeat because I didn't get to that slide. And then that's it. So kind of, not quickly, it's a long video, but I went through both X and P and just kind of gave you a quick idea. I did say certain things, but I didn't say everything that's on there, like all the pictures and everything. But that's how you kind of go through it all. And yeah, so again, make sure you model, TPR, speak slowly, props, repetitive. Make sure you're correcting the students, everything. Just make sure you're doing all of that. So yeah, that's it for now. Long video. I was trying to make it 20 minutes, but that didn't happen. Have any questions, let me know. If you still weren't clear about certain things, let me know. And that's it. Good luck.